In this lesson 1-8, we will be looking at an introduction to equations. By the end of the video and the work time in class, you should be able to say, I can solve equations using tables and mental math. An equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign. So once we have that equal sign, we have an equation. Remember, if that equal sign isn't there, that's called an expression. An open sentence is an equation that contains one or more variables and may be true or false depending on the value of its variables. Is the equation true, false, or open? Number 1, 17 plus 9 is the same as 19 plus 6. So we look, 17 plus 9, that's going to give us 26. Is that the same as 19 plus 6, which is 25? And so false. Four times x is the same as 44, or 4 times 11, sorry about that, 4x, that's 4 times 11. So we have 44 is the same as 44, which is true. 3x minus 1 is the same as 17. This is an open sentence where we have a variable x, and it could be true or false depending on what we put in for x. A solution of an equation containing a variable is a value of the variable that makes that equation true. So, is x equal 5 a solution of the equation 16 is the same as 4x minus 4? So we replace the x with 5 to see if it is a solution. And we're left with 16 equals 20 minus 4, which is 16. So yes, 5 is a solution. An art student wants to make a model of a classroom. The length of the classroom is 2.4 times its width. The length of the student's model is 42 inches. What should the width of the model be? So if we're looking here, I'm going to kind of go back and underline a few things. So the art student wants to make a model. We have the length. The length of the room is 2.4 times its width. And the length of the model is 42 inches. And we're looking for the width. That's the question. What's the width? So if we're looking for the width, we're going to use W for our variable in our open sentence. And so if we have our length, which we know our length is 42 inches. So our length is 42 inches. This is our length, 42 inches. Now we know that our length is 2.4 right here. It says right here, it tells us two things about our length. We know it's 42 inches, which is also the same as 2.4 times its width. And so we have our unknown, our W, in our equation, our open sentence, so we can figure out our W. 2.4 times what value gives us that 42, essentially is what we're looking for. So our width is 17.5 inches. So we took a word problem, wrote the open sentence, and then solved. We're going to use mental math. X plus 7 is the same as 13. So you should know what value plus 7 is 13, which is 6. So x equals 6. Number 7, x divided by 6 is the same as 12. So if we have x, which is what we're looking for, what number divided by 6 is 12? And so we should know that 72, whoa, all right, Smartboard's acting a little strange there. We have 72 divided by 6 is 12. We also know that 6 times 12 is 72. So we can work backwards, and we're going to be solving more equations showing our work next week. But we also can do some guess and check to see what value divided by 6 is 12, and you do end up with 72. We can also use a table that keeps popping up here on the screen. We have an open sentence here, 3n plus 5 is the same as 26. So we could make a table, say we have some n values in the first column, we're dealing with 3n plus 5 in the middle, and then we're looking for a value over here in the last column. So I'm going to pick some numbers to put in for n. Let's do 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so we'll put 4 into our expression. 3 times 4, and then plus 5. So we do 3 times 4 plus 5, and our value is 17. Well, we want to get to 26. So we try 5. 3 times 5 plus 5 gives us 20. Nope. So we try 6. 3 times 6 plus 5 gives us 23. No, still not to 26. 3 times 7 plus 5 gives us 26. So we see in our table, here's what we want. So our n is 7. So a table is a way to organize our values as we guess and check. See, in number 7, we didn't show the guess and check. I just said what number divided by 6 is 12, and I said, well, it's 72 because I knew that. Whereas if you don't know that, then you can make a table. What is an estimate of the solution of negative 6x plus 4 is the same as 21? So here's a table. So we have x, we have negative 6x plus 4, and we want to know the value. We want to know what is it going to take to get that value of 21. Let's put in 0, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So we have negative 6 times 0 plus 4, and we get 4. Then we put in negative 6 times negative 1 plus 4, and we get 11. We have negative 6 times negative 2 plus 4, which is 16. So we want to get to 21. Then we do negative 6 times negative 3 plus 4, and we get 22. So that means 21 is going to be between here. So x has to be between negative 3 and negative 2. Now, if you look back up at that question, it did say what is an estimate. So this would be an appropriate estimate to say it's between negative 3 and negative 2. Can you say I can solve equations using tables and mental math? Write your summary and reflection and be prepared with any questions during work time in class.